And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Once Upon a Castle. This is from Blue Orange Games, and it's a game that is in the category that we call roll and write, where you roll some dice and then you will write something down. If you've never heard of such a game, you might have played a game called Yahtzee. That's how Yahtzee works. You roll some dice and write and check things off. So this is similar, except in this game it could be called roll and draw, because you're drawing a castle together and you're trying to make the coolest castle and get the most points. Here's how it plays. In this game, each player is going to get their own player board, a bunch of tokens of their color, out of 4 different colors, and a sheet from this tablet here. You can use the sheet that has a castle outlined, or you can use the other side which doesn't, which basically lets you draw your own castle, which is essentially the same thing. You can just draw it any way you want. So what's going to happen is one player is going to go first, and on that player's turn, they're going to roll 2 dice. Now, if they roll a question mark, you can set the die to any side you want. When you roll these dice, the person who rolls them gets both results. Everyone else will choose one of the 2 results. Now, if you roll a result that shows on your board here, you just put a disc on those different spots. If you roll a result that shows people, then you can color in some of the people that you have here. As you color in more people at the end of the game, you're going to get more and more points depending on how many people you've colored in. When you completely finish a row or a column somewhere, so here I got 2 yellows, you can remove those and take the reward. And they're going to do different things. This gives you a pillar or a tower of the castle, so you'll just trace in one of the 4 towers and get points that are 2 or 5 points. If I have just 1 wood on this spot here, I could spend that and build 1 wall. If I have all 3, I build a wall and get 2 people. If I have all 3 here, I get 2 walls and a person. And when you get a wall, you just fill a wall in. A wall does nothing by itself, but then you can use these 3 rows to put windows on those walls. You need a wall before windows, and then you get points, 1 or 2 points for those. If you fill in this spot here, you'll fill in this center tower, these pieces, and each time you do that, you'll also draw a card from the green deck to have somebody join you. And they're just going to be worth various points as they come. So it's kind of like a randomized points. And the first person who fills this one all the way up is also going to get a bonus. The first person to get all 4 towers done is going to get the cloud bonus, and the first person to finish all 4 towers and 4 walls is going to get this sun bonus. When that happens, that's going to end the game also, and players are just going to add up all their points, and whoever has the most points is the winner. Now that's the basic game. In the advanced game, you'll do the same thing, but you have the other side of the board here, which has more things, has more pillars and windows and people, but you use the blue cards instead. The blue cards are going to give you special abilities, like this guy immediately will give you 2 of these. She's going to make you these worth 1 at the end of the game, and so they just have various special abilities. They might just be a straight 3 points like her. So they each will do various things. Many of them have lightning bolts that when you get them, you can immediately do something. And there's now a new action here where if you finish this column here, you can pick one of the people you have and do them again. And if you pick this action here, you can steal something from somebody else, and if they have an action, you will get it. That's basically the only real main difference between the advanced side and the basic side. So it's basically just which one would you want to play with. And that's how you play. Everything about this game is nice. There's big boards here. The dice are big and chunky, really easy to tell what's on each side. I like how the question mark isn't a while. Just pick up the die and it is a while, but just pick it up and change it to whatever side you want it to be. And then these discs are nice. They're nice colors that easily pop on these boards and stand out from the stuff that's on them. And they give you plenty of sheets in this game, although like with any of these games, I'll laminate 4 of them or so and just let players write on them with markers, which lets you use them forever. I really enjoy the artwork on the cards themselves. The cards are good quality, but it's just fun. It looks like little line drawings that people have. And the game does let you have an artistic flair because you can draw these any way you want, pictures and stuff, or you can just draw your own cool castle as the game goes by. Wow, this is a great game for kids. Like, Blue Orange just does a really great job at making high quality, entertaining games, and this one fits right in that category. This is a game that if you want to play these roll and write games with people like Yahtzee or whatever they might be, this is a great one to introduce kids to. And it's fun. You get to draw the castle, you get to draw the people in the castle, and it's really simple. You don't have a lot of difficulty. That your choices are limited, where you roll 2 dice in your turn and you get them both. Now where you put the markers is up to you. And then everyone else picks one of those 2 dice. So it's not a hard choice, but there are good solid choices. The advanced game itself really brings out even more choices, because you can say, okay, I'm going to finish this row or this column. And as you're putting the pieces out, you can finish the small stuff faster, but you might want to wait and get a longer row and get better things. And do you want to get a lot of people, or do you want to finish the castle more quickly? Or do you want to wait till you get the bigger point pillars, or do you want to get the smaller ones and again finish faster? I like it. It looks great. My kids really got into it. They had fun. There's not a lot of negative interaction, and even in an advanced game where you steal a card from someone else, that's a little bit bad, but they could easily take it back from you. And you're usually not taking it to hurt someone. You're taking it because, ooh, I want to use the special ability of that. Neat game. It plays fairly quickly. We're talking 30 minutes, maybe a little bit less if you play, and it gives kids imagination that they can use. You know, you're going to be building this castle any way you want to. Just straight up a fantastic game from Blue Orange. Highly recommended from me, Once Upon a Castle. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent!